there is a word that ruins more lives than failure ever will. It's not a bad word. It doesn't sound dangerous. Most people use it every day. That word is tomorrow. Not because tomorrow is bad, but because of how easily it convinces you to wait. Sam used that word without thinking. He used it when something felt uncomfortable. He used it when something mattered too much. He used it when he was afraid of doing it wrong. "I'll do it tomorrow," he'd say. And somehow, that felt like progress. Sam wasn't lazy. That's what made it worse. He had energy. He had ideas. He even had motivation. At night, when it was too late to act. But when morning came, tomorrow returned. A call he avoided. A plan he delayed. A decision he kept pushing forward, one day at a time. Days passed, then weeks. Nothing collapsed. Nothing broke. And that was the trap. Because when nothing breaks, you don't feel urgency. One evening, Sam realized something unsettling. He wasn't afraid of starting. He was afraid of finding out what would happen if he did. And tomorrow was protecting him from that truth. At first, nothing seemed wrong. That's how tomorrow works. It doesn't announce damage. Sam still went to work, still answered messages, still laughed at the right moments. From the outside, his life looked steady. But inside, a quiet pressure kept building. Every time he said tomorrow, his mind stayed busy, not relieved, busy. He would lie in bed, replaying things he hadn't done yet. Not because he cared too much, but because he cared enough to feel uncomfortable. There was a form he needed to fill out. It sat open on his laptop for weeks. Every time he saw it, his chest tightened slightly. Not fear, more like resistance. "I'll do it tomorrow," he told himself. The next day came. So did the same feeling. Tomorrow became a loop. Soon, that loop spread. He stopped starting conversations that mattered. Stopped asking questions he didn't want to hear answers to. Stopped taking chances that didn't guarantee comfort. Small things at first, but small things add up. One afternoon, a colleague mentioned an opportunity. Nothing huge, just a chance to be involved in something new. "You should try," they said. Sam nodded. "I'll think about it." By the time he did, someone else had stepped in. No one blamed him. No one even noticed. That was the part that bothered him the most. Later that night, Sam tried to relax. He turned on a show, then another. But his mind kept drifting back to a strange realization. He wasn't choosing comfort anymore. He was choosing avoidance. Tomorrow had stopped being about timing. It was about protection. Protection from uncertainty, from possible embarrassment, from finding out that trying might change things. Sam sat there, phone in hand, feeling oddly restless. He thought about all the things he was waiting for. Confidence, clarity, the right moment. And for the first time, a thought surfaced that didn't let go. What if the right moment doesn't come? Because I keep postponing it. That question didn't scare him. It unsettled him. Because deep down, Sam could feel it now. Every time he chose tomorrow, he was quietly choosing the same day again. The cost didn't arrive all at once. It never does. It showed up in small, almost forgettable moments. Sam missed a call one afternoon, someone he hadn't spoken to in a long time. He saw the name on his screen and felt that familiar pause. "I'll call back later." Later turned into evening. Evening turned into sleep. The next day the call wasn't returned. No message, no reminder, just silence. He told himself it didn't matter. But it stayed with him longer than it should have. Then there was the email. A simple message, short, direct. We need an answer by tonight. Sam read it 3 times. His stomach tightened, not because he didn't want it, but because wanting it meant acting. He opened a blank reply, closed it, opened it again. He started typing, deleted the sentence. I'll respond tomorrow, he thought. By the next morning, the email thread was closed. Someone else had taken the spot. Still, nothing dramatic happened. No one yelled at him. No one confronted him. Life just moved on without him. That's when something inside Sam shifted. Not panic, not anger, something colder. He began to notice how often people stopped waiting for him. Friends stopped asking twice. Opportunities stopped circling back. Moments stopped leaving space. It wasn't punishment. It was consequence. One night, Sam sat at his desk, staring at a list he had written months ago. Things he wanted to change. Things he wanted to try. The list wasn't long. That made it worse. Because he realized something he hadn't allowed himself to see before. He wasn't overwhelmed. He was hesitating. And hesitation had quietly become his identity. Sam leaned back in his chair, feeling a strange mix of regret and clarity. He thought about all the times he believed he had more time. How easy it was to assume tomorrow was guaranteed. How comfortable it felt to delay responsibility for his own life. And for the first time, the word tomorrow didn't sound calm anymore. It sounded expensive. Sam didn't wake up the next day feeling brave. There was no rush of motivation, no sudden confidence, just the same quiet resistance, and a new awareness of it. When the thought tomorrow appeared, he didn't fight it. He didn't argue with himself. He just noticed it. And for the first time, he asked a different question. If I don't do this now, when exactly will I? Not someday, not later. When? There was no good answer. So he did something small, almost unimpressive. He replied to a message he'd been avoiding. Not perfectly, not cleverly, just honestly. His heart beat faster than it should have for such a simple thing. That's how he knew it mattered. Later that day, another moment came. Then another. Each time, tomorrow tried to step in. And each time, Sam interrupted it. Not with confidence, but with action. Some choices worked out, some didn't. But something important changed. He stopped carrying unfinished decisions in his head. The constant mental noise softened. Weeks passed. Sam's life didn't transform overnight, but it began to move. And movement, he learned, feels very different from waiting. One evening, he caught himself almost saying it again. I'll do it tomorrow. He paused, then quietly corrected himself. I'll do it now. It wasn't dramatic. No one noticed. But Sam did. And that was enough, because he finally understood the truth. Tomorrow isn't a day. It's a habit. And habits don't disappear when you feel ready. They disappear when you stop obeying them.